Good evening, chat. Ghost. I was thinking about which Kirby game I should play today. Honestly, no idea. Like, I don't know. It's one of those whatever strikes your fancy. Because that's just what it is sometimes. Sometimes you don't know what you want to do, but you just want to do something. Rightio. See. And let me set up the screen capture for PC real quick. I should probably play Kirby and Forgotten Land. Oh yeah, like, yeah. There we go. Just plop myself in the corner. And voila. So, yeah, Pixelart stream. What's this? This is, Adobe Photoshop. Hang on, what music am I using? Hang on, okay, just double checking, for background music. Yeah, this is, Adobe Photoshop. Which is the program I use for making all my pixel art and that in. Yeah, because if you guys don't already know, I've sort of gone rather big into my pixel art, as I've sort of essentially, well, I've always had a soft spot for it, but ever since I started streaming on that, it's sort of, I've fallen in love with it more and more to where I've really started doing it quite a bit. Hence the fact that if you, well, pretty much if you look at nearly just about everything about me, you should do Kirby pixel art. You know, maybe another day when I do decide to do like more themed pixel art streams, I might do so, because honestly, trying maybe, well, working with like that sort of style, like Kirby Adventure sort of style, might actually be a really interesting one for another one. But for this one, I do have a bit of an idea in mind, and that's me quite literally sodding about with eye shapes and that, cause I fancy messing about with it and such, cause my pixel art tends to have a bit more of a how do you put it? A bit more of a anime styling to it. Like, I do anime-esque eyes and that sort of thing. As you can tell from my own, well, the eyes on me PNG, that it is a lot more anime styled than it used to be. And that. So yeah, let me quickly plot up a Anime Eyes reference on my phone, because one thing I want to start doing is I want to start learning how to do more detailed pixel art. Because whilst I do think I'm good with the less detailed stuff, I want to sort of broaden my repertoire a bit. Because there are some people that can do crazy amounts of detail in it. Like, if we look at myself for a moment, my detailing is very, well, not massively complicated. But, yeah, the detail is more in the eyes, because obviously I wanted to get that more anime-esque look. And plus, with something I have in mind, me screwing about with more detailed eyes isn't a bad idea. And also, I've given myself quite an array of colour palette to screw about with. Well, why not? You do YLD pixel art. Sounds cool. Again, maybe later down the line when I decide to, when I decide to do more, like, theme pixel art, like I do pixel art in a certain style or something, like with Kirby, I might decide later down the line to attempt a pixel art stream where I make pixel art and that in the style of the sprite work from Kirby's Adventure and that, because it's very simple, which is something I can do, but it's also a bit of a challenge because, well, I would have to work with very small canvas sizes, though I kind of do that anyway for the most part. Yeah, but for today's one, fiddling about with eyes. I won. So, I'm going to look, see at my references I have here. So, which one are you going to do then? Eye-wise? No idea. That's why I literally have Google Images up on my phone at the moment to get a reference and see what I want to try. Because there are some, like, easy sort of ones. Like, for instance, let's see. Something more, what I like to call Pikachu eyes. Because, well, they look like the eyes from Pikachu, which goes a little something like this, where it's literally kind of, I suppose you can kind of call it Kirby-ish too, because it's essentially a block colour, maybe with some additional colour in that, maybe something like this and that. Yeah, and then the top shine at the topmost chunk of the eye. Yeah, which, honestly, with what I have in mind for why I want to screw about with eyes, isn't ideal, but hey, this entire stream's kind of about me screwing about with different styles of eyes. Cause if we make a rough approximation, right? Essentially, what I end up doing is something like this. For the actual shape. Yeah, it does look like Kirby eyes. Yeah. I usually end up doing the white of the eyes kind of this sort of styling. And then just do something like hang on. Something like this. Where the actual eyelid obscures like the uppermost portion of the eye, sort of thing. And then I kind of make the pupil, well, or the actual iris, something like that. That is so cool. Yeah, it kind of is. Like, as I've said, I've always been in love with pixel art just because, yeah, you can get some really beautiful things out of it. And, I'd say I also got into pixel art just because it's something I picked up from, uni? Well, I'd say also college, but mainly university at that. Because, over here, our education system works a bit differently. But yeah, it's something I picked up from university. Wait, does any pixel art have to do anything about video games? Cause, like Kirby Superstar. Yeah, cause a lot of those early games use pixel art and that cause of the technical limitations they had to deal with. Like, if you go back all the way to the Atari stuff, they probably couldn't do anything really beyond, like, I don't know, a handful of colours. So they had to make do with what they had. Yeah. Kirby Superstars, honestly, as a sprite, well, actually I think Kirby Superstar sprites are actually really pretty. And that's saying something cause the SNES did have some good looking sprites on it. Now again. Yeah, and it's sort of still continue to this day, Matt. Because, well, obviously, well, you got people like us that still do pixel art and that. And again, if you're not confident in drawing pixel art, I don't think you really need drawing skill to get into it. Yeah, maybe having a bit of drawing skill might help you with certain aspects of it, but if you're working on very small scale sprite work or small scale pieces, then yeah, you don't really need to know how to draw particularly well. I think I remember with my eyes I have like a sort of lighter tone highlight here. Yeah, because honestly, even with the way I get my shades for stuff, for color palettes and stuff, so like if I'm making a curvy game, I can give it some details. Yeah, potentially, depends on how big the sprite is. Because that size is obviously going to determine how much detail you can actually squeeze in. Like for example, you might not be able to fit too much detail in a 10 by 10 pixel sprite, but well, not nearly as much as you could with something like a 100 times 100 sprite and that, which is actually typically what I work with sometimes. Really depends on what sort of piece I'm doing, because on me Twitter and that, I post quite a bit of pixel art up there from time to time, which well, is more or less entirely fan art, but yeah, because I have well, just because I'm a VTuber myself doesn't mean that I don't watch other VTubers. In fact, in a way, watching the VTuber I tend to watch, in a way, low-key inspired me to sort of pick up PNG tubing. But and I saw just how awesome the community is there. Because honestly, some VTubers are fucking insane, to put it bluntly. And yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Okay. Right. Yeah, the way I do the pupils where like the topmost sort of edge is obscured by the actual eyelid, that seems to be very, well, a lot of anime eyes seem to do that anyway. But you got some odd ones which are like angular, sort of thing, which yeah, I've trouble replicating back to, well, if I'm completely honest. So, yep. Well, actually, if I think about it in a similar way to this one, I might be able to yeah, might be able to actually okay. Yeah, because with how anime eyes are kind of styled, hang on, I'm trying to figure out how dimensions I actually gave us. Okay, it's an even 5. Hang on. Okay, my brain, can you not head empty on me here? That would be fucking nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's perfect. Well, actually, I think that works. I love Pixelart. Oh yeah, like when you yeah, people like all sorts of different art, and just because you're doing one kind of art don't mean you can't take inspiration from another. Like obviously here I take inspiration from all anime sort of pixel art. And such. And that sort of thing. Yeah. Let's see. Huh. Okay, that came out with an interesting effect. I'm not gonna lie. Just making the actual iris a bit bigger, and by extension, the shine a little bit bigger. Oh. Okay, that is interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sort of getting I guess you could say I'm getting an eye for how this all works. I am not apologizing. Okay, I'm gonna extend the canvas a bit. Like that. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about Photoshop. The way you can, well, honestly, you don't even have to use Photoshop for it. You can use all sorts of different art programs, as long as they let you work on this more of a scale. That you can see the individual pixels, because that's actually a better way of seeing pixel art. It's essentially art, but it looks pixelated. And I don't mean in the way that you upscale something and it just looks fuzzy. It's more you intentionally make it pixel art. I'm pretty sure anyone can do a Cupid pixel art, Kirby pixel art. Oh yeah, like Kirby pixel art probably isn't. Well, again, it really depends how much detail you go in. But if you're like trying to recreate the OG sprites and that, then it's probably not going to be the most difficult thing in the world, because that's the beautiful thing about Kirby is just how simplistic of a shape and design he is. Because he's quite literally a sphere with eyes, mouth, stubby little arms and shoes, essentially. I'm a very simplistic kind of shoes I'm at. That makes me wonder. That makes me wonder. I wonder what video game character actually has some the more complicated shoes. I would say, if I'm honest, Sonic probably has some of the more complicated shoe designs. Because if you look at Sonic shoes specifically, you got the red and the white. Well, the white strap with, well, white bit with a buckle on it. And then the... Oh yeah. Viper, I'm here to support your YouTube videos and streams. Thanks, man. It means a lot. Alrighty. Trying to think what to attempt with this next one, because well, you got the weird thing with some anime characters that literally have that as their eye, which, yeah, I don't know how that works on an anatomy level, but hey, it's anime. It's art. You don't need it to be 100% accurate. But yeah, that's an idea you can consider. But yeah, they're also again, just trying to think how. Oh yeah, you got these like super rounded ones. That are like this and such. Where's my fill bucket? Like that sort of thing. Let's see. Like these sort of eyes, where they're, rather than being longer than they are taller, they're taller than they are longer. And that. And they might resemble something like that or something. Yeah, but the weird thing... Honestly, the weird thing when it comes to, like, eye shines is... you get some that are just... way they do shines is something like that. But you also got instances where they try and keep the shine on the same part of the eye and that. At least that's one thing I've sort of noticed. Cause, well, honestly, it's one of those things where it just depends on the artist. Cause, well, one, might do eyes slightly differently to another. Like, shit bollocks, John. Sorry for not time because I'm playing Kirby and Forgotten Land right now. That's alright. That's a beautiful thing about live streams. You can just stick it on in the background whilst you're doing other stuff. Heck, I do it all the time. With the VTuber I always watch in the morning. Cause my brain do not fucking stay on one thing for more than 5 seconds. Yeah, it's a really a very awkward bloody truth of being autistic and having ADHD. You're just gonna sporadically jump between things. But I suppose there's some things that I just do keep my focus. Because even with Pixelart I have trouble keeping focus on it just because my brain wants to do 20 other different things at the same time. So being able to have something that you can just stick on the background whilst you're focusing on something else is definitely very useful. Like, again, with the VTuber I watch, or I suppose I should really be calling her my Oshi, because, well, for one thing, the VTuber space is more a adult, it's mainly a 18 plus sort of environment. Hence the reason why I ain't fucking inhibited about how much I bloody swear. Not that it would actually stop me swearing at all. Well, anyway, because I have the mouth of a fucking sailor some days. That's just how it is. And that's why I'm rather... that's why I do hammer in my main rule of you need to be at least a certain age to watch my streams, because they are meant for older audiences no matter what game or whatever I'm doing. That's just how it is. That, and I don't want any unsavory types trying anything. Matt, if there are people slightly under the age of 18 in watching my streams, yep, you love Kirby. Otherwise, your name probably wouldn't be Kirby fans. Yeah. It's sort of... I have this rule where... and I've had to enforce it on an occasion or two, where if I find out someone's far too young for my streams, I call myself Team Kirby fans. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have this hard and fast. Well, I have this rule that I have had to enforce in the past, where if you're way too young for my streams, you will get banned outright. I do not... well, it's sort of... for one thing, again, my content is not for... what? My content is not for anyone under the age of 18. And again, I don't want unsavory types being like, hey, there are people under 18 in this guy's chat, and just doing dodgy shit. Because this ain't the place for it. This place is for people to just, when they have like a couple minutes off work, or they're on their train ride back and that sort of thing, they just come in here to just chill out so they don't have to deal with the shit the world's been thrown at them that day. That's the way I see things. Also, I don't have a specific favourite copy ability in that. Favourite Kirby game either has to be Robot or Forgotten Land. And that. I really need to fucking get that. See how to hook up my 3DS to stream from. Cause the way you get the live footage from consoles and stuff is through something called a capture card, or yeah, video capture. Wow, talk about Kirby 24/7. Not Ling. Yep. Well, that just shows you're passionate about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, there are some content creators, even ones I watch, that made their entire careers off of one game alone. And it's like my Oshi said, some people that have covered a game before it became popular suddenly got big when that game became popular. So yeah, like and there is stuff, people that purely cover Kirby or Pokemon or something like that. They have niches, man. No. BIB? That's alright. I kinda need to be anyway, actually. So, yeah, I'll be right back myself. Try not to set fire on anything. And yes, I know I need to make myself a BRB screen one of these days. See you in a sec. One question, are you fine with 16-year-olds or 17-year-olds? honestly, I think that is the sort of point where, whilst I don't like anyone under 18 being in my streams, I do give a little bit of leeway, because people who are 16 and 17, they are a bit more aware of things and a bit more because I'm 16. See, I don't mind that, but I will give you heads up now. Again, my stuff is 18 plus aimed, so whilst I don't mind you be here, still be a bit careful. That's the way I view things. Because, yeah, I'm always careful. That's right then. If you're always careful of it, you know when to distance yourself from a situation. And because I'm a big fan of you. Well, thank you. Yeah, like, I know there are people in, like, other VTubers communities that are under 18 and that sort of thing. Hell, again, my Elshi, there are probably people about your sort of age in her community and such. But I generally like to be careful of that sort of thing, because I have had people who are far too young join my streams before that I've had to ban. But yeah, also I'd say be careful with revealing your age online, unless you are like 18 plus. Just cause, again, that can attract the dodgy people, but since you're incredibly aware of that, I don't mind as much. But yeah, what's the difference of Team Kirby Clash and Super Kirby Clash? Not a bloody clue, cause I haven't played either of those. Yeah. Honestly, they're both based off of a sub-game from Planet Robobot, but just with microtransactions. Yeah. I know, it might be a case of one's a bit more fleshed out than the other, or just has more content. Again, I don't really delve too much into the spin-off stuff that much. Like, only one I've really messed about with, like, is, Kirby Battle Royale. Which is a bit of an enigma, if I'm honest. No, I never know how to do specifically female eyes. Because, like, the sort of, you know, typical ones, I suppose? But as suppose, like, something like this. Not that for what I'm planning on to do with eyes is going to involve female looking ones. But since this is an eye study, it is worth exploring every possibility. And such. Like, that sort of thing. Might also be worth experimenting with, like, how one shades and such when it comes to the eyes. Like, how much shading to put in. Cause, honestly, with what I notice is some of them are darker at the top and sort of lighter towards the bottom. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, most of this has literally been me kind of using about different ways to do eyes. Because, well, that's what I wanted to work on. Because I originally didn't have a proper plan going into this. Well, when I set up the waiting room the other day, but I do want. Well, I wanted to well, I then happened upon the idea of then trying to mess around with eyes a bit. Cause, well, with what I have in mind with something I want to do does involve me messing about with eyes a fair bit. Oh, too far. And sort of, I want to experiment with different shapes and that bit too. Cause, well, it's sometimes good to just experiment with things and see what kind of sticks. And such. Yeah. Cause, well, I'm not entirely sure if I mentioned this yet, but so it is on my New Year's resolution. I want to kind of go from being a PNG tuber to a, well, your typical style VTuber with like the live 2D model and that sort of thing. Well, though in my case, not a live 2D model, but something that is essentially the same thing. Because I don't exactly have the funds to like commission one, and plus I gotta keep my pixel art charms in there somewhere. Cause, well, I want to again change things up a little. Now you also got these kinds of fires where there's like no white bit, apart from maybe like a shine or something. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this sort of eye study for this one. I'm gonna need to expand the living canvas again. There we go. And now I'm gonna need to start dragging the color palette with me. This is why it tends to pay off to just have the color palette in a different window, because that's a beautiful thing about Photoshop, is that you can, if I move this bit, you can just grab this and then just make it into its own little window thing. So if you do that for like maybe a color palette, it'll probably make your life easier. I keep forgetting to do that when I'm making fan art on that, because I always have a particular way of well, I have a color palette I use for all my fan art, because my fan art is typically of the VTuber I end up watching. Well, I typically watch of a morning. So, yeah, and the sort of wave she's part of sometimes. Fucking hell, that was a whopper! Evus! That, wow. That was loud. Even for me. Ugh. Whew. Damn. That was another benefit of midday streams. I didn't have to deal with that problem. Oh yeah, this is like another interesting way eyes are done. Cause they're very similar to these ones. No, I don't like. So I will say there is one game I have been playing quite a bit lately, and that's Tears of the Kingdom. Because I got that for Christmas. Yeah. My ass maybe in my mid-20s, but I still get stuff for Christmas. And such. I haven't used the yellow yet. But yeah, I got Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for Christmas, and so I've been playing that. And such. Okay, that's quite an interesting one. But yeah, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom quite a bit. I've started over like about twice at this point, yet I haven't actually finished the game once at this point. Yeah, I have a bit of a habit of that. I just randomly decide to start over partway through a playthrough. I have commitment issues, okay? That's just the way I am. Cause, well, obviously like I mentioned earlier, my brain just ping-pongs between different shit. So... Yep. I'm gonna try something a bit different first. That's the only thing about with having the bloody keybinds for expressions and stuff, the on sticky keys and that. You end up accidentally doing weird shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I've just more or less been playing that. And such. So... That's why... Oh. That's why you've been seeing regular tweets about it. Cause, well, I've just been getting very, very much into it. I don't quite like that as much as the other eye designs. Yeah. Dang, I've got a lot of eyes workshopping done. Yeah. Don't even need to be anything too crazy either. Otherwise. Cause I could literally have something like that where they're just like little beady eyes. Because I know some styles do use those, but maybe with like a little fleck of a highlight or shine on them for more like, you know, cutesy sort of ones. Again, definitely an art style type thing. Yeah. Just trying to have a bit of a think about what sort of eyes to go for my little idea of the visual revamp. Cause, well, it's something I need to consider. Cause of the way I have to do the eyes, the way the software I'm going to be using for it actually does eyes. Because again, like I said, it is and it isn't live 2D. It's the same basic thing, but it's not live 2D specifically. It's a free open source version of it, essentially. So naturally I need to... Oh, accidentally smacked my mic. But yeah, I need to figure out how to do the eyes, cause I have to also figure out how it's going to work for like the actual rigging side of it. Cause if it is just the thing I'm planning to use for it, which is Inochi 2D, if it does rig stuff the exact same way as live 2D, then I need to ideally figure out how their sort of eyes work. Cause yeah, you have to consider stuff like pupils and how the eyelid's going to move and that sort of thing. And that's why I wanted to do like stuff on eyes and that sort of thing. Cause unlike with my current PNG, which is at a 3/4 angle, I would need to, for Inochi 3D to really work, I kinda want it to be forward facing. So I kinda want to figure out, and plus I do want to jig about the eyes a bit. So that they do properly animate and that sort of thing. Even if I don't actually get the actual model in the end to actually work properly on VTube Studio or streaming, I still want to have messed about with it. I still want to have bugged about with it. Yeah. Cause it's something that well, like I said, if it's something I want to bug about with, cause if I can actually get it to work and such, then I would probably be using that in the future. Cause one thing, it's gonna make certain things a lot easier, like with expressing myself. You're not gonna have this weird thing with the expressions, the open sprite of me expressions not always working when I'm actually talking. But I think that's a issue with, I think that's just a thing of me feeling about with settings more than anything else. But I also need to figure out how it's all going to move and that sort of thing. Again, I need to actually have a look up of it a bit more. And plus, well, cause I don't have, cause I kind of stream and on a budget, Matt, I make all my stuff myself. And that's gonna carry over into like the Inochi 2D stuff. Because like I said, that's essentially Live 2D but free. But I'm going to learn how to make and rig the model, my model myself. But I have seen Live 2D pixel art models before. Cause there's someone I follow on Twitter about that. They do pixel art and they're a VTuber and they have a pixel art model, like 2D model. So I know that sort of thing can actually work. And plus, I think I'm expressive enough to get away with it. Plus, it's not like I don't have the means to do eye tracking. Because I have a webcam on my laptop, and I have my phone that I can potentially stick, try to stick VTube Studio on to see if it'll work there. But I kind of want a model to sort of out with first. Though I could actually see if VTube Studio actually works on my phone to begin with. And then go from there. Again, it's a lot I gotta think about. But and it'll probably take quite a while to actually get all right, but hey, then I can literally flex about the fact that I literally would have made my own damn model. And also, we really need more pixel art Live 2D-esque models out there, in my personal opinion. Hell, I think there needs to be, we could do with more pixel artists in the VTubing space in general. Cause, it's no different to any other art medium. It's an art style more than anything else. So yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna need to pop to the little spirits room again real quick, cause my butt wants to explode. So try not to set fire on anything whilst I'm gone. See you in a sec, or 10 minutes, depending how long this takes. Alrighty, I'm back. Okay, I thought Bazatsu music wasn't playing for a sec, but it just went to the quiet portion of the song. I really need to have another little look through the YouTube audio library for songs. Because that's where I get a fair chunk of, well, that's why I get all the music that's not directly from a game or something. That's where I get all the music you see, well, hear during the start end screens, the Zatsu screens, and those sorts of ones. I've noticed that with some of them there is like akin to this. I think, or which is very much like this, but it has this bottom one. It's kind of weird. And that sort of thing. Now, I think you've probably noticed by now the way I actually like doing the, well, the fact that I've been doing the highlights so they're pointing in the opposite direction to where the eye actually is. So the eye is meant, this one's meant to be right eye, so the highlight's on the left. Though with my own model, the highlight, well, the actual shine, I mean, on the eye is both in one direction rather than in two separate directions. Cause that's how I've also seen eyes done, where the shine has gone in the same direction as each other. And that's probably the case with how like corpo VTubers probably have the eyes modelled. Cause the way a corpo VTuber is gonna have their eyes modelled is probably gonna be, might be different to how an indie does. Cause yeah, cause one thing to note about indies is that unlike corpos, we don't always have humanoid sort of models. Like, hell, take me for example. This form of me is a fucking spirit. Well, I'm a spirit, and this is pretty much the form I sort of have. Well, it's technically meant to be like a sort of slime kind of form that I sort of take, but I look enough like bloody Navi from Legend of Zelda that it might as well be my quote-unquote true form. This may mean that I attempt to make myself a humanoid form at some time in the future, but yeah, I want to get better with drawing people first. Not that I haven't been getting better with it, cause again, through my fan art and that, I've really improved at doing humanoid figures. Granted, mostly female humanoid figures, but hey, I mostly do fan art for Mayoshi. So, and she's a woman. Last I checked. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that I would be good at the female form at this point. And such. You know, I do want to try one more eye style before we finish up, actually. And honestly, it's a interesting one. Is one typically used on like more cutesy sort of female characters and that sort of thing? And it's a bit of a weird style. And that's where most of the eye is the iris. And most of these ones I haven't like put in the thing, the highlight. Whoops. But yeah, how these ones not only is most of the actual eye, the actual iris. But the actual pupil is like gigantic too. Which seems to be a pain in the ass for me to actually figure out how to do it. But yeah, it's essentially big enough to where I can actually make it a bit circular. And it's something like that, where it has 2 highlights instead of, well, 2 points of shine rather than the 1. So yeah, you get a thing like that. I think I have a good idea of how I want to make the eyes on the Inochi 2D now. And that's sort of something like this, but the sort of bigger iris like one I already have, but more sort of this shape. Hell, even this exact one. Again, I would have a look about how other VTubers' eyes are. Again, corpo one is a good way to look at it. But I would need to have a think about how the eyelid is actually going to move, cause for one thing, I think the eyelid needs to be on a completely separate layer. And I think there needs to be like a resting one and then a closed one. Maybe? So yeah, again, a lot of stuff for me to think about, but this stream was more me sorting about with different eye styles and learning and trying out different ways of doing specific eye types and that sort of thing. Like, again, for example, this sort of eye style would be good to do for fan art of Mayoshi and that, because it's literally a slightly more, well, a sort of female-ish version of the one I have, essentially. No, I'm not making a female version of my model, before you ask. But yeah, this has actually really helped me sift through, well, help me try out some new ideas for it, but also get a better grip on what it actually needs to do to get iRigging to work in for Anochi 2D stuff. Because again, like as I mentioned it quite a few times during this stream, and on my New Year's resolution, I want to bug about with it to where I can actually make a model for me using it. Though I'm probably going to need to ask for advice with how the eyes actually work with it. And I kind of know I know who to talk to about that one, so don't you worry about that. But yeah, now I just gotta figure out how my hair's going to work, cause yes, I do have hair. I have a sudden a hoge and ponytail, you know. And don't get me started on how the fuck am I going to get my damn wings to work, let alone any potential toggles for those. Cause these things be functioning as my hands as well in this form. God, when I make myself a human form, I'm gonna end up like a sodding fucking Rayman ass Machamp or something. Still don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do mouths on that particular instance, but it's literally just a case of making specific mouth poses and that. And going from there. Because it's not like I haven't actually animated a mouth before. Because, actually, since we're done here, let's pop over to the Zatsu. Why am I so small? There we go. Proper size now. Stop snapping. Fuck it, I'm going there. But yeah, with in uni I had to actually, cause my course covered like all parts of game development. It covered animation as well, so we had to dabble in 3D animation a fair bit. And one of them was to animate a head to sync up to audio. And also with expressions, so yeah, I kind of know some of the sort of mouth movements you're going to be really screwing with. And even if I've forgotten a lot of them, there are enough bloody reference images that you can just, that people put up for mouth movements. It's ridiculous. And other sorts of things. Like, that's the great thing about the artist community on the internet. Both pixel art and digital art, there are people are willing to just put up sort of help sheets, if you will, for that sort of thing. There's a hair in my mic windshield. Come on. I need to get this hair, otherwise it's going to fuck with me for the rest of the evening. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Cause... Like, some people do that and it's actually really helpful to me. Hell, that's how I sort of picked up how to do circles in pixel art for a while. Before kind of... well... figuring out a way to do it myself and that sort of thing. Cause let me tell you, when I did my visual revamp like months ago, feels weird to say that, not gonna lie. I had a blast of a time rejigging the shape of my core and, well, gel. Yeah, again, this form was initially based to be like a slime thing before I decided to actually decide my lore was a sodding spirit. So, and I think this form actually works better as a, like, actually in my spirit kind of form. Cause it would make hats make more sense. Cause if I'm encasing if my core is encased in a thing of gel, how the fuck would hats work? And why would I have my hand here rather than just my wing position here rather than on my gel? Rather than where my chin technically is. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of peeps that have jumped on, well, that have missed the stream and that sort of thing, I will be posting the eyes up on Twitter and that, because that's what I do with my pixel art streams. I cannot remember if I actually did that with the Christmas one, actually. I think I did. Cause... God, I retweeted a lot of pixel art. Now I'm gonna have to scroll through about a week's worth of tweets. No way. But, yeah, I think I did. Here we go. It is in here somewhere, I fucking know it is. Okay, I forgot that was something that happened. getting there. I will find this sodding tweet. See. Again, I will bloody get there. Okay, I think I'm close. I will fucking find it. Yes, I did. Okay, I couldn't remember if I had actually put the Christmas Eve pixel art stream, the art I did on that one, up on Twitter, and yes, I did, and still really happy with how that turned out. Like, that fan art piece I started a couple weeks prior to Christmas, and that really helped me get practice on Christmas light and tinsel. Well, it just seems to be the season of pixel art improvement for me right now. But, yeah. Sorry I got sidetracked there. I just could not remember for shit if I had actually, posted that. Because I'm really proud of it. Anyway, schedule. So, today was the pixel art. And tomorrow is... oh, it's a good one. It's some more Super Mario Galaxy 2. I really enjoyed the first stream of that, and I've been looking forward to streaming it again. I've kind of... like, I immediately got why people think that one's... why some people think that one's better than Galaxy 1. It just... I don't know if it's because I just got used to Galaxy's physics from the first one, but yeah, the controls feel 1,000 times more tighter and that sort of thing. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Then Friday is a random game. Don't know what yet. Honestly, could be F-Zero 99 because they are having a winter event at the moment, so it might be that. Or it could be something else completely. Again, I would need to look into that one. Saturday. yeah, so Saturday's one is me trying to figure out how the fuck Blender works. Cause I downloaded it ages and ages ago, but I have not had a proper play with it. So I figured now's time as any to see if how it feels. And also I kinda wanna see if it breaks my laptop at all. Cause yeah, if it does crash, I'm gonna test it potentially on Thursday. Either Thursday or Friday I'm going to test it. And if it if the stream ends up if the test stream ends up running like shit, or or my laptop, Streamlabs, Blender, or any combination of the three end up crashing, I will have to do a different stream for it. So yeah. So it's more something I want to try out, because like I enjoy these pixel art streams, so 3D modeling stream sounds interesting because I don't actually mind 3D modeling too much. And plus I can like animate I can model random bits and pieces to use in game engines and such. Because I might have a game engine stream or two. Potentially. Because this year I really want to try doing all sorts of different stream ideas. I want to make the pixel art streams more of a regular feature. But yeah, the reason why it hasn't been, it's just streams have been a bit all over the place because of like Christmas and New Year and that. But now we're back to a bit of normalcy. We can start up with it again. And I might make that I don't know. I might consistently make that the Tuesday stream in future if I can. So that over Sunday and Monday I can like figure out what we're gonna be pixel art in the next week. Cause some of you brought up a interesting idea of actually doing gave me an idea of doing like themed pixel art streams, like where I do stuff in the style of a specific like game and that, like Kirby's Adventure was one I mentioned because I like the simplicity of the sprites on that game, even though I don't think I've actually ever played it. Kirby's Adventure stream. Like, I want to delve into the shit on Nintendo Switch Online for potential streams, so that might not be a bad idea. yeah, I really need to. Because I have a massive catalogue of games, yet I end up playing like the same 3 or 4 of a week. So I want to not just expand my streams to stuff other than just purely games, but also to expand my game ones as well. Like I said, I'm gonna make a proper effort to try and get the issue with my PS4 so I don't accidentally dox myself during stream again whilst playing PS4 games, so that I can stream some of my PS4 library, like maybe some Destiny 2 streams and other ones I have. But yeah, kind of wish I had a beefier, either a beefier laptop or like a proper PC. So that way I can actually play, well, I can actually stream PC games a bit better. And stream more of them, because I have quite a big library of them. And there are some I really, really want to stream, but I'm scared about streaming them. Like, one game I really, really want to fucking stream is Sonic Adventure 2. But I'm not sure how... If my laptop struggles running Arknights while streaming, how's it gonna do with something like Sonic Adventure 2? Yes, I know apples and oranges, but... well, apples and lemons, but yeah, it can kinda see where I'm coming from. But there are also some of my... well, some more unusual games I wouldn't mind trying to stream at some point. Including one very, very unusual game. Hell 2. But one of them would depend on if I can clear out enough fucking space on this desk to put the debris down for it. And part of me really wishing I knew how to do hand cams. But there would be no point in that, because that would literally be the only thing I would consider doing hand cams for. But yeah. But yeah, I do want to start broadening things in terms of what kinds of games I stream and that sort of thing. And that, because I'm supposed to be a variety primarily gaming streamer, yet there's not that much variety in what I stream. So, new year, new Cyber Phoenix. So expect more different kind of streams. Obviously, still expect the usual sort of games and pixel art and that sort of thing. But I'm definitely gonna make pixel art a bit more of a thing. With my streams. Like weekly, if not bi-weekly. Just cause I really enjoy doing these pixel art streams. Just cause I do. Yeah. Also, you might notice a message I put up like quite a bit before stream about me being a bit worried about the weather. Cause over here in the UK at the moment, there's a storm passing over us, and there are like amber warnings on the window map. So, some people were saying that, well, some news outlets are saying that potentially power cuts could happen in that. So that's why I was being a bit, well, that's why I was giving a heads up on that, just in case that sort of thing does happen. Because even though, like, they might exaggerate it, there's still a modicum of truth in there. So, yeah. I think... yeah. But by the time I started streaming, the winds died down anyway. So, yeah. Wasn't really an issue. Anyway. I think that's where I'm going to end things for today. So, as always, thank you all for coming. I've enjoyed, well, I hope you've enjoyed being here as much as I have having you here. I hope you all stay safe, because the world seems to be going to hell at the moment. Or falling apart, or some combination of the two. Excuse me. And I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. See you later, everybody. Yay. Alrighty. See you later, chat. Good night, and hope if it isn't the night time for you, hope your morning, afternoon, or evening is awesome as well. See you later.